I'm the best of the best right now. Shut up and hustle, you other rappers pipe down. I'm the best of the best right now. Shut up and hustle, you other rappers pipe down. You ain't check my resume? I'm the best thing poppin'. Put me on your podcast, I'ma be the main topic. Your whole city love you, your swag really rockin'. Gotta shut up and hustle. We ain't tryna hear no talking, nah. Sir Queen in the building, we doing this for the city. So if you need the latest new music, just get it with him. It's all love in the phone, and you know how this go. We the best of the best, we bout to bankroll. Put your cameras out and zoom in. You want the hottest in the city, tune in. So get your cameras out and zoom in. You want the hottest in the city, tune in. Got them angles for them haters, they watching all that we move. Got the Midwest legends, connections, and good food. Going viral on the gram, they tryna do what we do. We can only be one, we ain't never number two. They gon' pocket watch and copy.
The best entertainment presents your feature presentation. What up, Milwaukee?
Yo, what's going down? It's your boy Sir Quinn from Best of the Best Entertainment, where we keep our eyes and our ears open for local, global, up-and-coming and established artists. Today, when you talk about Milwaukee's heartbeat, you talking about running rebels. For decades, Vic and his team stood in the gap because saving lives is important. This ain't just mentorship, this is a movement. Today, we got a special guest. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming to the show, man. We got our co-host, man, you know what I'm saying? We rocking with royalty today, man. So, you know what I'm saying? She's sitting in for the first time, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say sitting in, but you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? She best of the best family. So, y'all welcome royalty to the show, you know what I'm saying? Vic, man, what up, man? What up?
Man, doing fine, man.
Man, you doing better than fine, man. So, you know, Best of the Best, we got to pick your brain, you know what I'm saying? We like to find out the backstory, the motivation, the grind. I'm trying to come up with more and more synonyms, you know what I'm saying? So, you've been a pillar in Milwaukee for 45 years. I will say more than 45 years, man, because you always been a stamp, you know what I'm saying? You done roll me through the hood and show me like you've been that guy, man. So I'm gonna jump right into the question, man. I hate formalities, but I really have to pick this man brain, and I want the world to know like who you really are, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna jump right into the first question. Do you think the city would survive without organizations like the Running Rebels?
That's interesting. I think Milwaukee is a city that does not give the credit to people that it should. I think that's one of the reasons that we've lost a lot of professionals that are really good at what they do, and they leave Milwaukee. And I think some of that reason is because people are not recognized for the work. So myself, I just did the work. I started when I was 19, and I never realized that a person may need pats on the back or need reassurance that they're doing a good job. And Milwaukee does not do that. But I got older, and as I got older, I realized and finally paid attention to that Running Rebels and all the other organizations and individuals that's doing good stuff in our community does not get the credit that they deserve.
Yeah, I totally agree. So you started doing this just off the strength.
How at 19 though? Because I think about 19-year-olds now, and I'm like, the mind capacity. But what made you want that passion? What was your passion at 19? That's a young age.
Yeah, it's a long story. I often like people to know that Running Rebels was not blessed to have all of these resources and things from the beginning. It was a struggle. For 17 years, I did this work, and there was no funding. There was no money. That was just me paying out of my pocket to help young people. And it actually started, when I was a kid. I'm originally from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, which is a small town in Mississippi. And I remember growing up, we didn't have much. We were poor and poverty, but didn't realize it because we were so happy. A bunch of kids that couldn't wait to be with each other, to play sports and just bond and spend quality time with each other. And I remember watching the news, and often it was the civil rights movement, where you could see the dogs attacking people, the water hose and things like that. So I grew up, third, fourth grade watching that kind of stuff. So I remember having a saying that I was going to help change the world. And that was, third, fourth grade. So as I got older, my family relocated to Milwaukee. I knew I wanted to make a difference. I knew I wanted to change the world and all of those good things, but didn't know what. Then I realized that a lot of my friends were being taken away. I didn't know where they were going, but I realized later they were being incarcerated. And then I realized then, I think I was about 8th grade, that what I wanted to do to make a difference, change the world and all of those things was to help young people so they wouldn't be taken away from their family and their friends. So here we are 45 years later, and thank God for that drive to want to make a difference.
Yeah, in my opinion, man, this you foot the pavement. You doing more than most elected officials. You know what I'm saying? So like how do you feel about that? With you always screaming unity, unity, unity. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it could feel alone. Yeah. And we had these talks a lot, you know, so, right. Yeah.
It comes from my upbringing. Like I said, in Mississippi, it was a we thing. Everything was, we can do this. And I just came up north, and that was just a part of me, that we can do this. I totally agree that there are officials that's not doing their part. There are community organizations that get credit for things and they aren't good at what they do. So all of those things tear away at rather than us strengthening and coming together. But I still have hope. I still have visions that one day we will realize that it's not a one-man show. It's not a one organization situation. It's all of us working together to make a difference.
Yes. So Running Rebels, man, we booming, popping right now, and this is often a question. So what is next for Running Rebels? Where do you see Running Rebels in the next 45 years?
I think one thing that's big for me is when I started, I always thought at 19 years old that all of the other organizations would help me out. They didn't. So I always vowed that one day Running Rebels would be a big brother organization to other people. So as I look for the future of Running Rebels, I'm excited about that piece of it, where I take the resources, the blessings, the things that put Running Rebels in a solid position to say, now we have to do what we're called to do, which is to help other people.
Correct.
How can we turn around now and assist people, help doors get open? Those people that, may not have a room to meet in, let's talk to them. Those that might have a basketball team but don't have a van to get to where they're going, let's talk to them and just do whatever we could do to help, because that help wasn't there for me. 17 years of doing what I do and praying and hoping for help, and that was not there. So I don't want to do the same thing. I want to help.
I know you said for 17 years you weren't getting paid. So what was other challenges that you faced while trying to build your organization?
I think for me, the big one is the word unity. Mm-hmm. I was tricked into thinking that, everybody would appreciate this 19-year-old boy running around with 50 young people on a regular basis. I would get a whole bunch of help. And I did not. I think Milwaukee's downfall is tradition. A lot in Milwaukee is like, we did it like this, so we're going to keep doing it like that. And then the other piece is just knowing who do good work. In Milwaukee, sometimes, I'll give you an example. If a new mayor come or a new superintendent of school, it's important who tell them who they should talk to them about the people that's really doing good, solid work in our city. So I think that's a big one, is that making sure that we're able to work together, but the people that's doing the good, solid work are recognized for that work.
Do you think it's like a popularity thing when it comes to being noticed and recognized, or how do you think that plays in building organizations? Yeah, it's just who you know, and it goes from there.
Yeah. I call it the flavor of the day.
Okay.
Milwaukee is real big upon.
You move that mic a little closer to you, too. Okay. Yeah.
Milwaukee is really big on who's popular, what flavor is in right now, and that's just not the right way to do it.
Yeah, and with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But I was that person. I was just doing the work, didn't realize that I needed to get to know all of those people. In fact, I was told I was doing it wrong. They said, you should be playing golf with the funders and you should be doing these things. And I'm like, well, I'm blessed enough to be good at connecting with young people. So I chose to do that. And I think it made a difference. It helped Running Rebels be ingrained in this community. And that's why our tagline, helping the community from within, is so important, because all of that bringing people in from the outside and telling us what to do here, it just doesn't work for Milwaukee, because we know Milwaukee.
Right.
So the people that decide what we should do should be people that's in the trenches and from Milwaukee.
Right.
Yes, sir, man. In case y'all just now tapping in, man, we kicked it with Mr. Vic Barnett himself, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in, man. We'll be right back at this commercial break. Yeah.
Being on Best of the Best TV means your story locked in forever. Sir Quentin know how to make you look official. And if you're watching and sharing, that's how you catch the ones really making noise.
I'm the best thing poppin'. Put me on your podcast. I'ma be the main topic. Your whole city love you. Your swag really rockin'. Gotta shut up and hustle. We ain't tryna hear no talking, nah. Sir Quentin in the building. We doing this for the city. So if you need the latest new music, just get it with him. It's all love in the phone, and you know how this go. We the best of the best. We bout a bankroll.
Shut up and hustle.
Clutter piling up? Need a fresh start? And you want someone you can trust. Let the Queens of Clean take care of it all. Queens Organize Things, Inc. We don't just clean, we connect with our clients, tailoring every service to fit your unique needs. Basic cleaning services start at just $40 an hour. Need more? We do it all, from home, office, and commercial spaces to event cleanup and remodeling to create a beautiful space. Our organizing services start at $60 an hour. Call or email us today to book your appointment now. Queens Organize Things, where clean meets calm, turn your chaos into order, and giving you back some time.
Yo, thanks for still tapping in. We kicking it with Mr. Vic Barnett, man. What up? Thanks again for coming to the show, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's on you, Royalty.
All right, so you are a mentor, you're a leader. People speak highly of you. When I told them I was going to be sitting next to you, I know stuff about you from other people that's been in your programs. Who were your mentors? Who inspired you?
Wow. My inspiration comes a lot from growing up as a kid. I had a father that was not in my life, and to be honest, I loved him to death, but he was a perfect example of what you did not want to become as a man. So that was a great example for me. I had grandparents in my life, but more so than that, we didn't call them mentors. We had big brother-like guys around that taught us how to play sports and taught us when we fall to get up and be a tough guy. So all of that was helpful. But when I relocated and moved to Milwaukee, there's some special gentlemen that really inspired me. Mr. James Beckham had a baseball league. He just recently passed, and that league went for 50 years. This gentleman was 90 years old and was still cutting the grass. So when you talk about inspiration and mentors that gave me the vision to shoot for, Mr. Beckham would be one. Mbalia was a professor at UWM, and I learned so much from him. So those are just a few of the guys that became my role model and mentors, and they poured into me. And so a lot of the things that they did and showed me, now I turn around and that's what I do when I work with young people. And then I try to train other mentors to use some of those same things because they work.
And that brings me to my next question, because as a leader, what values do you instill in your mentors and who are mentoring the youth? What are some main values that you instill in them?
Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to hear this question a lot.
No, I think the big one for me is that everybody's an individual. Everybody's different. You can't do the cookie cutter thing. And a lot of people that do this work, I'm going to be honest with you, that's the first mistake, is that what works for this person may not work for that person.
That is
you have to relationship. You'll get to know people. So when people talk about Running Rebels being able to do this and do it, no, it's really based upon a solid relationship with a young person to get them to believe in you and get over those obstacles, because that's normal. Young people put up obstacles against older people because they don't know you. So that relationship is important, getting to know them. And now as you get closer and closer, you can find out what that young person needs. Because like I said before, everybody needs something different. Some people need a safe place to be. Some people need a shoulder to lean on. Some people are about to give up on life, and if you don't know, you don't know. So getting to know, I think the first gentleman that I worked with, I found out years later that it was just perfect timing because he was considering suicide for him. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
Right.
So the more we know about young people allows us to be able to address the weaknesses that they may have. And that's where we should be putting our time.
It's hard because they are today faced with a lot of challenges. I work in a school system and I see a lot of the things that you're talking about. And you do have to have an individualized plan for each one. So yeah, you hit that right on the head. Hit that.
Yep. I mean, an example I knew of many years ago, there was a teacher that said this young person was lazy and always sleep and not paying attention. And I had to get the teacher to understand that this young person's not getting any sleep at home. Mom's with a different man every night. Pop's not in his life. Older brothers and sisters is music blasting all night. They not have, like you said, nutrition ain't right. So put all of that together, you're going to have a young person that comes and you're not getting the best of them. But once that teacher found out, now they look at that young person totally different. Not excusing what they're going through, but understanding what they're going through.
So 45 years of a man, his vision coming to fruition. Where do you see Running Rebels without Victor Barnett?
To be honest, I have to often be careful when I state things that I state, but they're facts, not coming from a negative place. I think I found my blessings. I found my purpose. I found my mission in life, and everybody needs to find theirs. I connect well with young people.
Yes.
So I'm pretty good at it. I think that's what allowed Running Rebels to be so successful. I mean, I had young brothers that in 1980, gangs was real out here, and I was at a tug of war with, and I was winning. I was having young people choose to be on the basketball court rather than over there. And that comes because I was okay at it. Do I think Running Rebels would be as successful? Being honest, I don't think so, because I used my blessings to do what I was meant to do, and then I poured into other people. And then as you look at now, there's people that work at Running Rebels that are solid at this work. They're blessed and good at this work, and that's what it takes. There are people that's, honestly, I hope nobody get mad at me, for people out here that they ain't good at this work, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But how do you see the program moving forward without somebody like a pillar such as yourself? Because I could see you 90, 100 years old still doing this because it's just in you. Now, if you take you away from the Running Rebels, and let's say you retire, decide, where do you see Running Rebels? How do you see that? Do you see that in your head? Like, how do you see that?
Oh, yeah. When it first started, it would have been in trouble without me. But now it's solid. We've built a strong foundation. We have people that have paid attention to how I did it, and they do similar. We know what worked, what don't work. We have great people in place right now. So I've been blessed and look forward to more years of continuing to help the community and make sure that Running Rebels is solid for the future. But the future looks bright for this organization because there are some dynamic, blessed people that work at Running Rebels now.
Yes.
Let's talk about Running Rebels started with basketball, the basketball team. So you started with a basketball team. How did it get to be? We're in this beautiful building. You have so many resources. How did it get to be this? What inspired you to do more?
Well, basketball was really, being honest, just the thing that worked at that time. The first group of 50 guys, it started because there was a young man that was often sad, and I was around him. His brothers were my best friends, like my brothers. And I said, one day I talked to him and found out that to be happy, he needed to be accepted by his friends. And the big piece of that is he wasn't getting the credit that he deserved in basketball. So I said, I'm going to help him get good in basketball. And I knew that would help erase some of those other problems. So the bottom line of it was I was just going to take in young people, help them be happy. We always had a joke that said if the young people had connected to skating, we'd have been the Rolling Rebels because basketball just so happened to be that thing. That first group of 50 young people were dynamic at skating. So we went skating often. We did this. We tried baseball. We tried different things. Basketball just so happened to be that magnet that drew young people to come be with me rather than be over there. Because,
bro, you mean to tell me Running Rebels had a skating team?
Oh, man.
What?
Oh, you talked to a brother named Dale Williams, who was the first Running Rebel youth. They probably was some of the best in the city in skating over at the Palace, right up the street.
Wow. So let's talk about this fun stuff, man. This documentary that the Running Rebels has been working on for how long now?
Been about 3 or 4 years to physically technical stuff, but it started in 1980 because to tell the story, you have to go back to where it all began. So recently I went back to my hometown and went to the house I grew up in where we didn't have hot water. We used to have to warm up our water to take a bath. So I went back to that house. I went back to the Gulf Coast where in a boat as a kid, I almost drowned. And to go back and stand in those waters and meditate and pray was something special for me. So to be able to take 45 years and be able to tell that story, inspire other people, share the life stories of adversity and struggle that some of these guys went through as far as about to give up on life. And then a lot of them playing professional ball overseas. We got guys making it in the NBA. So just blessed to be in this position. But yeah, we're excited about being able to tell the story and, hopefully in other cities get them to see some of the struggles that they may be having and not give up and continue to fight.
Man, back in the 70s, 60s, probably 60s, 70s, give us some of the wildest stories that you can ever fathom that happened to you in Mississippi. Born in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. It was some deep times in Mississippi. I actually grew up being chased by the Klan. So when people talk about the Klan, I got personal situations with them, being chased by them around the time that they were injuring little kids. Had a friend that was a Caucasian girl. We was about 4th, 5th grade. Her parents were very successful, and actually the president of a college actually told her that she could not be our friend as a 5th grader because we were black and she was white. So those are the things that I grew up in Mississippi. So to come up north and realize that things are not perfect in regards to race. So yeah, challenges and just scary times. I mean, everybody can not say that they had interactions with the
Klan, man. Wow. Right. Wow, that's...
So you went back home. How do people see you now? From when you were younger, how do they see you now? Like, are you the man? You come in there, they're like, oh, here he goes. You're the man, right?
Yeah, no, it's so special.
Are you a small town celebrity?
Yeah, no, it's special about my hometown because I went back and my cousins are proud of me, but that pride is the same as it was when I was growing up. I was pretty good in sports and they used to be so good and happy to be able to say, that's my cousin, or, that's a relative of mine. But they didn't put me on a pedestal this time. When I went back, they was glad to see me because some of them I was seeing in years. But I like that. The work is not done. What I've been blessed to do so far is good work, but the work is not done. So I was excited to go home and just glad that my relatives don't see me as nothing more than the hard worker I was then and continue on as a hard worker to try to make a difference.
That part, man. In case y'all just now tuning in, man, we kicking it with Vic Barnett, V Bizzle, man. We call him V Bizzle, man. Y'all stay tapped in, man. Take this next commercial break, y'all.
But first, I need you to calm your storm.
Bro, I am calm. Dang, man.
They were just here, actually. See?
Oh my gosh, Howard is my dream school. I want to go there for their art program. I had a scholarship opportunity. I'm not sure if that's still realistic. I haven't been the best version of myself, and it's kind of been shown in school.
I'm serious, man. Nah. Oh, no, we're out there without basketball. I know it wouldn't be good, though.
Yeah, I see you over here making shots. You new here?
Yeah, my Uncle Q worker.
Jay? Man, I haven't seen you since practice.
Welcome to Sir Quentin Cinema, where the grind meets the big screen. We capture the hustle, the vision, the vibe. Lock in today. Call 414-378-9001. Sir Quentin Cinema. Shut up and hustle.
Shut up and hustle.
Yo, thank you for still tapping in, man. In case y'all just now tapping in, man, we kicking it with Vic Barnett Sr., man. And we got our fun daddy, you know what I'm saying? We had to bring the word game back. The word game, what the word game is, we got a bunch of words on this wheel. We gonna spin the wheel 3 times, and each time you give us a synonym or what these words mean to you.
Okay.
Got it? All right, let's get your first spin, sir.
I spin it?
Yes, you do. What we got, Makayla?
I can't see it.
Let me see. Love.
Love?
Love.
Whoa, that's a deep one. I stated earlier about my dad. I remember growing up, my father never told me he loved me. I never realized that a man was supposed to say that unless it was with his girlfriend or wife. So I grew up not ever saying the word love. So as I got older, I finally realized every day my kids hear from me, I love them.
That's. Listen, man. Listen, we gonna shut up and hustle on that one. All right, let's get that second spin. Let's see what we got. Money.
That's another good one. I remember growing up as a kid, we used to raise hogs, and we really cared about them. And I remember one day looking in the room, my granddad was selling the hog that we took care of. And I remembered, one, the hurt from it, but then I also remember him getting $500, which was probably like $5,000 today. So to see him inspired me to say, being a business person, being able to make smart moves, invest in the future, all that. I learned from my grandfather. So when you talk about money, to go from somebody that was poor in poverty and had to warm up their bathwater to somebody that made some moves and put themselves in a position to be able to take care of his family, that's what it means to me. That struggle to be able to make the right choices to go from not having to being okay.
Yes, sir. That's a crazy hustle, man. Not crazy hustle, but that's to sell hogs, man. Like you talking about, like you willing to get it in any way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, he was a successful businessman. He had the house and a lot of land that he gave land to all of his kids and the nice cars and all of that. So I got a chance to look at my granddad, but I also knew hard work come with that.
Right.
I saw him wake up at 4 a.m. I saw him go to bed at 11, 12 at night, and like all of those hours he was working hard. Had a lot of land, but you had to take care of that land.
Yes.
So I think people, period, need to be around people that inspire them with hard work so they know that's the way it happens rather than it always fall in your lap.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get that.
Can I ask a question real fast?
Yeah.
Speaking of hard work, what's a quick day in the life of you? What's your 24 hours look like?
Yeah, I'm getting better. When I got 50, I stopped working 7 days a week. I go up to 6 days a week. But usually I wake up 2, 3 in the morning. I'm thinking about something that needs to be done the next day to make things better for my family, the organization, or the community. Usually get to work around 9 o'clock. To what I need to do as the director of running Rebels, and go all the way up till about 7 or 8, leave work, go home and unwind and do it again the next day. So, and Saturdays, it's a little bit later of a start. Usually start about 9 or 10 and go to about 3 or 4 o'clock. And that's every day. So I feel I've given everything I can give to this community. And I kind of caution people that do this work, be careful, because if you don't have that balance,
right,
then you can get caught up into being like me, where I gave everything I have, and here I am 60-something years old and trying to figure out how to spend quality time with my family, how to make sure that I got that balance.
Was that a major thing while working on your organization, family time? How'd you get that family time in?
It's better now.
It's better now.
But to be honest with you, it took away from my family. The one blessing is that my wife works here and loves it. My kids grew up in the organization and loved it, so I didn't have to make them do it.
Right.
But both my kids, they into entertainment. So with us having studio, it was a perfect fit. I think if I didn't have those things that connected to them, it would have been very challenging, because we would have spent a whole bunch of time away from each other.
Yeah. So when do you chill?
When do I what?
When do you chill? How do you relax?
I love sports. So usually on Sundays, I watch a lot of sports. I do a lot of meditating now, and just kind of just letting my mind be blank, which is very helpful, because my mind churns all the time. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people, that's how they are.
Yeah.
The brain is always churning and moving.
Yeah.
But I've gotten better at it now. But I suggest to everybody, find that balance so that you can live a good balanced life.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get that third spin, sir. Mm-hmm. Thought you gonna do a little baby spin.
Yeah, a little soft on that time.
You just kind of mentioned that studio. I want to hear some stories too, man. Tell best of the best these stories.
No, studio is a good one for us because we stated basketball was the first magnet that drew. And to be honest with you, that second one was entertainment. My first group, 1980, I had Silk and I had Sweet D, were rappers in 1980. But always that has been something that, because we try to find out what do young people love, and they love their music. So we've been always blessed, because I knew it was important to get a studio. So our other location, as well as this location, we have studios, because we know if you're trying to connect with a young person, music may be that easy in. Now it's that camera. So that whole piece is exciting. I got a young man that called me, wanted to get in the studio. I said, "What is your grades like?" He said, "Not good." I said, "Get your grades together." He got his grades together. He came, he got in the studio. But while he was going to the studio, I introduced all of the other stuff. So right now, Legend is probably one of the more successful graphic designers and printers in this city. So that music is...
Shout out to Legend, man. What up, cuz?
Oh, yeah. So that piece has been so successful for us, because it helps draw young people towards us and away from the negativity. They're having fun at the same time, because studio is, sometimes they dream of getting in a studio, and to be able to get in a state-of-the-art studio, that's that inspiration that young person needs, because sometimes we never know what is that button that allows that young person to get it.
Yeah, Running Rebels has always had like state-of-the-art studio. If y'all know Running Rebels on Final Lac, known to have a studio. Shout out to Oki and Legend and all those artists too, man. So name some of these artists that's came out of the Running Rebel system as an artist.
Yeah, you named a few of them. Big Reg does a lot. Legend, Oki, Dave Flywalker. My son, I was going to say Little Vic. Now it's RV Vic.
Yes, sir.
But even
Rally Boy.
Bigger than that, those that weren't with us all the time and grew up through Running Rebels, is the connection that they had with other people.
Yeah.
So I often say some of the more talented people in this city were friends with my mentees. So it was really like it was a big old music family that really had opportunities to make it. So my hopes now is that we realize that the buzz that these new young people are creating, old people, please don't pour water on it. Mm-hmm. Help to be able to help open doors and avenues, because your time is going to end one day. Don't be sad about it or mad about it. help somebody that's younger, because Milwaukee time is coming in that entertainment world. It is.
I agree. Well, that's the Word segment with Mr. Victor Barnett, ladies and gentlemen. So, question. Mm-hmm. So if you had a budget from the government, a large budget, what would you take that, let's say, 20 million? What would you do with that 20 million to make Milwaukee better?
I would look at all the areas that are struggling and suffering, and I would put things in place that makes a difference. So when you talk about where people live, so the whole low income housing piece, where it's affordable housing now, so people don't gotta sleep outside because they can't afford that. Definitely that. I think the schooling piece, there needs to be some things done with educational piece of inspiring our young people, but then also what are they learning? Back to what we said earlier, everybody's individual. I will have some great case managers that sit down with young people and their families to see what's needed for that family to be okay. Because you can't just help the kid because they go back home. If mom's is struggling and dad is unemployed, you can't fix that young person without fixing the family. So that would be my piece, is looking at individually, what do the people need? I'm excited about some of the movements that's going on now that tie into unity, because Milwaukee didn't do it in the past. And a part of it is because to fix a problem, you got to admit it's a problem. So long, people were saying, we don't have a problem here. Everybody work together. That's a bold-faced lie.
Yes.
It didn't do it. Now we're kind of turning things around, that there's some really great initiatives going that's around good, solid work together.
Yes, let's talk about that, because that's a great segue to Pipeline to Promise, P2P Global. So tell the world what Pipeline to Promise is. Often we hear Pipeline to Prison, but you flipped that and you called it Pipeline to Promise, and now you're going global with it. So let's touch on that.
Yeah, way back 2007, I went to a training, and it was real big upon that word, that phrase, pipeline to prison, pipeline to prison. So in the conversation groups that we had, it was, why don't we change it, and what is the promise for everybody, right? So pipeline to promise is heading people in a certain direction to reach their promise. The elderly lady might just want to give hot dogs to the kids in the summer. Somebody else might need a job. Somebody might need to feel better. So whatever your promise is. So we took that idea and we tied it into the entrepreneurial piece and the business piece. And there's some very successful entrepreneurs in our city. And then there's some people that's grinding and going very hard, and all they need is the help to get there. Because I think Milwaukee time is coming on the entertainment, but I think entrepreneurs is coming as well. So for me, Pipeline to Promise is saying all of these people that's doing business, how do we work together? How do we help each other? So that's what that is. I'm a part of a group, Black Men Organizing, which is also a group of men that's doing great things separately, but have said, how do we come together, work together, and help other people to be able to be successful? Because if everybody's successful, crime goes down.
Yeah, what are some of the things that Pipeline to Promise is doing to, to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, some of the examples are, we've had entrepreneurs that may, example, do t-shirt press, right? And they got that little machine where they can only do one. They come and they find out they need a business plan. They find out they need certain things. So we work with them to get that. Now we're able to help them be able to go get funds or get a loan to be able to get a machine. Now they can do 100 t-shirts at a time. So that's an example of just how we can help somebody get started and grow. But some of it is really just introductions. There was a lady in a meeting with me yesterday. She does clean outs, right? And then she met a person yesterday that buys homes and just really into real estate. I brought them two together, and now they're talking about her cleaning up his properties. So I just think that's what it is how do you connect people and how do you open doors for people? Because everybody know that entrepreneurs, that first 5 years is very easy if you don't get any assistance to be out of business, and we don't want that.
And I gotta admit, I'm one of those catalysts and one of those little brothers in Pipeline of Promise. As you can see, the podcast has significantly grown, being a part of the Pipeline of Promise. Additionally, you're going global with it. Mm-hmm. So let's touch on some of those ideas that's churning and some of those conversations that's been had vaguely, because I know it's still in the Talk to us.
There are some very successful people that are interested in taking this same pipeline idea and taking it around. So there will be some connection between Milwaukee, California, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Atlanta, and Florida. So if you look at that whole southern piece, there's some people that have been a part of Pipeline here in Milwaukee, but are doing some really great things in those cities. So we're looking to connect the dots there and being able to just show people, look at this model, it works. So now somebody else can do it, and then somebody else can do it. And if we find a way to connect all of that, then you have black people moving into the positions that we deserve anyway.
Ooh, you did say Mississippi too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Going back home.
So how can people get on board with that, the Pipeline of Promise? How can they connect with you to, if they have an idea, and run it past you, get the help that they need?
Mm-hmm. Well, 4 years ago, it was said that the churches weren't doing things in the community. It was said that community organizations don't work with churches. So what we did is got together with some churches and community organizations. I think that first meeting was Andre Lee Ellis, Pastor Melton from Miracle Temple, Pastor Greg Lewis, and a few other people got together to say, you know what? Let's show that people do work together. So we started. So for the last 4 years, I've been sitting in a room and just inviting different people that have ideas. They are interested in Pipeline and want help with their business. They come and we talk about what will make things better for our city. So I've been doing that every Saturday at 12 o'clock for 4 years. And I invite and ask anybody that's interested, they can give a call, 414-264-8222, or they can come any Saturday at 12 o'clock, 225 West Capitol Drive. And I'm open because, like I said before, I didn't get much help from other people. So I'm always looking at how can I help somebody? But Milwaukee, sometimes our mentality is just need a little work. You know, I've had people say they want to work together. They want to collaborate. They got an idea we could do together. And when we sit down, their next statement is how much money I'm going to give them. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's go. Let's work. But that doesn't mean I got to give you.
And it's rare to see someone of your stature, not to cut you off, but someone at your stature doing a call to action like this. And that's an uncomfortable truth for Milwaukee. Like, what is that? Like, what is that mentality? Why is it the need to not want to help, or the silos, and like where does that? What do you think, in your opinion?
I think it's ingrained in Milwaukee, and people have to change it. One of the biggest things is if somebody is saying something wrong in Milwaukee, a lot of people are not going to say something because that person's so popular. And that's the problem. There's people that need to be told that, you know what, you may need to reconsider that, or you need to stop arguing with your brother on social media. I love the Warning basketball model. We've been a part of Warning. It's been around 50 plus years, but Warning came out of gangs and getting young brothers that were involved in street life. But the coach of a Warning team has such influence over those guys. And it wasn't they made them do it. It was just out of the love and respect that they had. And they were able to say things like, let's not go down to Juneteenth Day and cause problems. And they wouldn't. That's a model that we need to do. So if somebody doing something wrong, some older person, out of respect, should be the one that's able to say to them, no, I don't think you should do that. But Milwaukee is terrible with that. There's people that somebody need to tell them to shut up. Somebody needs to tell them what you're talking about don't make no sense.
Not at all.
But so many yes people around people And I think some of it is that problem. So as we try to change that silo thing, tradition gets in the way. Our young people are going to be the ones that help change that. I'm going to be honest with you. There are young leaders out here, saying no names. I know some of them. I'm excited about them. They know working together is the way to do it. Even some of the entertainers, they give each other credit. I remember being out of town in Atlanta and somebody said, "You from Milwaukee? That's that city where they always disrespecting each other, hating on each other." I was like, wow, way down here, somebody know that if you from Milwaukee, you should be saying that person is all good rather than I ain't better than them. So it's a change needed, but I think the young people are going to show the older people how to do it. And now we get the momentum headed in the right direction, admit some things are wrong so that we can fix those things and then correct Milwaukee, which should be a beautiful city, but we just got to work together.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm all out of questions. Like we went to the past, we went to the mid-grade, we went to the future of Running Rebels. You got anything, Royalty?
Actually, I do. So don't judge me. I came into this knowing, sir, I knew nothing about Running Rebels, and I know there's more people that I knew the name, but I didn't know it was for boys and girls. I thought it was just for young men. For people like me that don't know anything about this organization, what can you tell them about Running Rebels?
Well, the simple piece is this. I think Running Rebels struggled, and we are in a position now to be able to help other people. I say this to people now. Anybody that is interested in doing good for the community and for Black folks, I would love to sit down and talk to them about being able to see how I can help them, because I'm able to help people and we've been blessed. So spreading the word and letting people know. And the easy one is just let's come around each other. I'm often going to other people's things. So I ask people, come to something that Running Rebels is doing. And often people get a feeling in the air that this is something special, because
I'm not gonna lie, it was. I went to a Unity Expo and I was like, I'm hooked. All right.
And I kind of want to clear that up too. Like, though Running Rebels is blessed to be able to help people, you gotta want to help yourself too. Like that's always the misconception, and we don't want to misconceive. We don't want to shoot you down the wrong direction, thinking that you could come in and just get all these resources, but you gotta want to help yourself.
I had a guy come the other day and say he wants to do a movie. He's went to school for it and all of that. And we sat down with him, and he's been in 2 sit downs with me, and we're going to do stuff together, because we can help him be able to do what he's trying to do. And I'm excited about being able to do that. So if you know anybody, just have them call me, 264-8222, and see what we can do to make this city better.
That part, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we kicking it with Mr. Vic Barnett of the Running Rebels, 45 years strong and going. If you want to get in touch with them, call 414-264-8222. You could call me, little bro, we could lock you in, man. And we rocking with Best of the Best TV, kicking it with Royalty, Thank you for doing your thing, man. I think she did. I think she a perfect fit, though. What y'all thought,
And thank you. I mean, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And you are one knowledgeable person, and I appreciate that. Even our first sit down, I'm like, I'm calling people like, this what happened. I need things.
For real.
And my sister was like, that's you, for real. And I was like, okay, I got to get on track and do what I have to do. And right there, I've been motivated. So I appreciate you.
Facts, man. But you know what I'm saying? I had to get Big Bro on here, man, because, man, like, when he is the epitome of entrepreneur, and in the saying, I say, you gotta have. We looking for entrepreneurs. We're looking for people who's starting, who motivated. And so, man, again, thank you for coming to the show, man. Man, you already know, man, you rocking with Sir Quinn from Best of the Best and Royalty, you know what I'm saying? And you already know what time it is. Shh, shut up and hustle. Yeah.
I'm the best of the the best right now. Shut up and hustle, you other rappers pipe down. I'm the best of the best right now. Shut up and hustle, you other rappers pipe down. You ain't check my resume? I'm the best thing poppin'. Put me on your podcast, I'ma be the main topic. Your whole city love you, your swag really rockin'. Gotta shut up and hustle. We ain't tryna hear no talking, nah. Sir Queen in the building, we doing this for the city. So if you need the latest new music, just get it with him. It's all love in the phone, and you know how this go. We the best of the best. We bout to bankroll. Put your cameras out and zoom in. You want the hottest in the city? Tune in. So get your cameras out and zoom in. You want the hottest in the city? Tune in. Got them angles rubbing.